Okay, welcome back. Today we have something a little bit special for you. You're going to get some insight into our laser coaching sessions where Kate and I coach students personally. Now, of course, our CCA students always have access to our coaching calls twice a month, and then, of course, our fabulous Facebook group as well. But these are special calls where we really get to dig into their specific questions in that moment. They're only 10 minutes, but boy, do we pack a lot of coaching and information in there. The topics are going to run the gamut. So no matter what you are interested in as a copywriter, even though you're not in the hot seat, I guarantee that you're going to hear something useful and interesting. Also, just a heads up that in a couple of the recordings, students mention Pitchapalooza and Right Starts, which are a couple of our student-only events. They're free for our students, and as with everything we do, they're designed to get people taking action and seeing success. So when you hear that reference, just know that that's what they are. So without further ado, let's dig into our laser coaching sessions. What can we help you with?
Well, first of all, I just want to personally say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I have a huge amount of gratitude to you and, to you, Nicki and Kate, and just the CCA for just completely changing my life.
Oh.
Like, probably like most people, it was the beginning of the pandemic, and I had just gotten let go from my teaching job in China, and I found myself in Scotland with my husband. And I was like, well, it's time to transition to like a different career.
Oh.
So your ad popped up, and I was like, and and I loved it. And the reason I joined the CCA or clicked on your ad was two things. You made me believe it was possible to make great money doing something I love from wherever I needed. But also, you were just so real and so honest. And you just, like you said, it's hard work and you got to learn it. But if you do the work, you'll succeed. And boy, you were so right. It was so much work and there was so many challenges. But like, I've gone through the course, and when I was going through the course, like, I struggled a lot, like with imposter syndrome. And there were so many times I actually wanted to give up, but then kept on hearing your voice in my head telling me, the key to your success is like consistent and persistent action.
Yes. Somebody listens. Yay.
So like, that was my mantra through the entire course. And yeah, so basically, since I've joined the course, which was almost 2 years ago, and as of a month ago, I finally landed a job at an agency.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah. And like, it would not have been possible without like you or the CCA or just like following your program. So I'm really thrilled that I got the job. But then like a day after I found out I got the job, I panicked. I was like, I got to keep the job now. Like, what do I do? So I've gone through the first month of my job, and it's been good. It's been like a really good learning experience. And they've been very welcoming, and like, they're like, you're a new copywriter, like, we'll give you all the support you need, and like give you some time to like get familiar with the brands and that sort of stuff. But like, imposter syndrome, my old friend, keeps on kicking up. And so like, even though logically I know I'm probably doing a good job, like, I'm still worried that I'm not like a good copywriter, or that like I'm not going to keep the job. And it's mainly because like, I'm like, am I writing fast enough? am I like going fast enough for them? And like, I'll write something and then usually like there'll be some revisions. And I'm like, are they going to reduce over time? Like that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Maybe
So
not. There's always revisions. I
Mhm.
still get
Yeah.
some from my clients. Like it's not to address that tiny bit of this.
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So what I want this coaching call to be about is like sort of like how to overcome that imposter syndrome and maybe like what I can do to always be improving and to like I don't know, make sure like I'm always exceeding their expectations.
Mhm. Exactly. So yeah, that's the fun thing about imposter syndrome
never
and
goes away.
self-doubt. Yeah. Well, it's you're in your comfort zone, and then you step out of your comfort zone, and then you feel that imposter syndrome, and then you overcome it, and you get to the next edge of your comfort zone, and you get out of that comfort zone, and then it comes back in again. And each like a bullseye, I guess, every outer area, because your brain knows like, oh, imposter syndrome almost tripped her up before. So let's see if we can use imposter syndrome again. But I mean, and you can rationalize it. You can say, all right, well, I'm not an imposter. These people gave me a job for doing the work. They clearly want me here. And I can tell you, as someone who hires people, it is not an easy decision. I guarantee that they didn't go, yeah, you know what?
Okay, looks good.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I guarantee that they thought very, very carefully about hiring you and evaluated a lot of different things. But when you are in the position, when you're in the job, yes, to Kate's point, there are going to be revisions, and there's going to be a natural ramping up time, right? Because you need to learn the brand voice for whatever client you're working on, and they're just going to be things that you don't know yet that you're going to need to learn. And that is, do you report to a creative director or a copy manager?
Yeah, creative director.
Awesome. So, and that's their job, is to give you feedback and make some suggestions and make some changes to help get you where you need to be. And especially at the beginning, there's going to be, will it decrease? Yeah, likely it will decrease. But the best piece of advice I can give you is you can talk to your creative director, because I assume you have one-on-one meetings, probably once a week, maybe once every other week. And you can check in and say, you know what, I'm really happy to be here. And I want to make sure that I am doing the best that I possibly can. And, you've given me some revisions in the work, and that's great. I'm really loving learning this brand voice. But can you offer me any feedback on, is the speed I'm working at good for you? Is there anything that you'd like? Exactly. Is there anything that you'd like me to improve on? And it's, oh, that was part one, is you can't read anybody's mind, right? You don't know what she's thinking.
No,
right?
and yeah, and you're completely right about that. And I think like it's a remote job, so it's all like online.
Oh,
and
extra hard.
Like, yeah, face to face, like every week for our check-in meeting or at team meetings. And so it's when you're not seeing a person, it's so easy to get in your head and you're like,
yeah,
what are they really thinking?
Well, and you're reading into the tone of the emails, and you're reading into the tone of, Slack messages or things like that. And okay, well, she said it like this, but does she mean it like this, or does she mean it like this? And obviously that's true with anyone and everyone. But
yeah, if they don't do regular meetings, see if they're open to it, even if it's like a bi-weekly check-in, if it's not a regular thing already. And I wouldn't wait till, even if they do like a quarterly review, to not wait till the quarter to bring up all of these things, so that you can, if there is anything you can improve on, you can do it, then, and start addressing it versus waiting. But the other thing too, if there's anything that you think of, like, oh, I wonder if I should, this is something an area I want to learn more in, to go to them and say, hey, I have this feeling that this is something I'm interested in. I'm going to dig into. Does that align with what you're thinking, or what the business you think would be helpful for me in working with clients, or whatever, so that you're also coming to the table then with some ideas of ways that you see that you can improve.
No, well, and remember too, that they brought you in because you are an asset to this company. And so they want to develop you into the best copywriter that you can be. They want to, they
don't have to hire someone else again, quite frankly. They're like,
they don't want to have to go through the whole interviewing process. They are very invested in supporting you and helping develop you into the very best copywriter that you can be. So ask these questions. And again, of course, and we all have those moments of self-doubt and imposter syndrome. So before you go into these meetings, spend a moment and be like, okay, this is not about me feeling scared. This is about how can I be the best for this organization? How can I be the best team player that I can be? And let that guide the questions that you ask. How am I doing in terms of your expectations? Is this what you expected? Is this, am I working at the speed, or is this what you expected? And then, if your creative director says yes, then awesome, great. And you may have to keep saying that to yourself. Be like, I asked her and she said yes. I have to believe her. I asked her and she said yes.
I know.
Or
I hate my mind sometimes.
I know. I know. And that's the thing, is every time your mind starts going, oh, I'm not doing it, you have to catch it in the moment, actually listen to it, and then have a conversation with it and say, because our minds they just run. But the best way to start changing those thoughts is to notice them. Mm-hmm. And then actually, when the thoughts go, oh, I'm not good enough, is to listen to it, listen to yourself say, I'm not good enough. And then actually say, no, the truth is I asked her and she said yes.
Well, and write it down too. If you have these conversations and you get feedback, you keep it in a notebook, or if you're doing it via email, create a folder that's just like nice emails, or like, feedback or whatever. So that if you're feeling down, you're like, anytime you see an email come through, like, we love this copy, throw it in that folder, so that if you need to, you can open up that folder and be like, oh yeah, they love this. They love this. They love this. This one thing that I'm getting hung up on. Is it really something? Do I need to address it? Or is it just my brain going in spirals again? Do I need to have a meeting and talk about it? Or can
I self-soothe?
Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really valuable advice from both of you. And thank you so much.
One more little thing. If she doesn't go, yes, you're doing perfect. If she has some feedback for you. If she says, yep, overall you're doing great. I'd love to see you do this, or I'd love to see you do this, or we need to work on this. One piece of feedback does not equate to you're doing a bad job, right? It does not equate to you don't deserve to be there. It's you asked for feedback. So she gives you feedback that is valuable to you, and it gives you something to work on. But feedback does not equate to you not doing a good job, because she may not be the kind of person who gives a lot of positive feedback. I certainly have worked with plenty of managers like that, male and female. Yes. Tell me I'm good. But if she gives you feedback, remember that does not equate to you not doing a good job. That is just an opportunity for you to get even better.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's really lovely to meet both of you again.
It's
you as well. Yes. Keep us posted on how it goes. I'm so excited for you.
I will.
Yes. Post in the group. Let us know. Awesome.
Okay. Right. Well, it's a good thing it's Friday, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. You too, Kay.
Okay.
Right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Like what you heard? Hit subscribe so you never miss a video. And if you're ready to take the first step toward becoming a copywriter yourself, sign up for a free video training right here.